Why would you hang clothes on the line? Well, obviously it saves energy. You're gonna have this fresh, clean scent, and it's therapeutic for me. It really is. It's just, like I said, it's a place for me to think and meet the Lord. But did I mention it saves money? Because those dryers suck the money. I mean, you know, they just really suck the energy. Hey, my friends, welcome to my clothesline. The village church bells, Jay the puppy yapping because I wasn't out here with him. The chicks are just chirping away. The wind is blowing, which is amazing. Lucy the rabbit over here is not making any noise. She's just pruning herself. That's not the word. Preening, that's not the word. Licking, cleaning, bathing. Anyway, get the idea. Welcome to my clothesline. This is where many times, 12 o'clock noon, church bells, I love them. This is where I meet the Lord. This is where I talk to the Lord. And at clotheslines I've had through the years, this is where I can think. I just love hanging clothes on the line. I just want to share a few tips. If you're new to hanging clothes on the line, welcome. And if you're not new, just join me. Just join me for a few minutes just to be here with me. I love having visitors. A few things to share. This clothesline or clothespin bag, clothespin apron, I made it. Hopefully these are coming out in my clothing line next calendar year. That's my plan, but I designed this and I love it so much. Inside my apron are my favorite pins. By the way, nothing that I'm sharing with you, I'm not sponsored, and there's no affiliates or anything like that, not as I'm taping this at least. So these are my favorite pins. They have a lifetime warranty. They're made in the USA. I have been using these very pins for 20 years, 15 maybe. I took videos years ago. I don't have the videos anymore, but huge winds blowing the laundry on the line. I mean, blowing all in the laundry didn't budge with these pins. I love Made in the USA, and I do think the fella who made these out in the Pacific Northwest has passed away, but somebody's still making them. Because the dust and stuff collects on the clothesline. And so just wipe it down. That's what you see, that white towel, just rag hanging there. We just wipe the lines down. I've done this at every house just to get off any allergens or dirt, you know, because when you're mowing, dirt and dust gets on the lines. And if you're not careful, you hang the clothes on the line and you're gonna have this black, dirty line on your clothes. So there's that to know. One thing that I make sure that I do is I try to hang it on there straight and not all crooked, because it's going to dry the way that you've hung it on there. Now, if you had, say for example, this washcloth, and you hung it up here like this, it's going to dry all wonky jawed, and then you're going to have to figure out how to fold it. And even if you hang it like this, that's fine. You know, that's fine. I mean, but if you actually hang it perfectly in half, it's gonna dry perfectly. It's gonna dry perfectly in half, and it's easier to fold that way. You see, I'm not hanging all my towels perfectly in half because it is noon, and I only have just a few hours. I don't have all day now. I only have a few hours for my clothes to dry. Now at this house, I only have the two lines in here. I have a reel or a retractable one inside the porch. A sweet viewer the other day mentioned that she put one over her bathtub, which is genius. My Aunt Coco used to have one in her basement during the winter. So I use that one on the porch all seasons, and I will probably today just hang any overflow on the porch. I also have a phenomenal huge wooden drying rack that Mr. Patient got me, I think from Lehman's, for a Valentine's present years ago, 20-something years ago. And I love that thing as well. And I also have a smaller one that's a cheaper one, but it works when we need it. I'll say this, when it's a heavy pollen season, then you can take these things in and you can actually put them in the dryer, even though they're dry. Put them in your dryer for, I don't know, 5, 7, less than 10 minutes, and you're gonna have a dryer the lint trap full of the pollens and the dust. So if you're worried about allergens and pollen and dust and dirt and so forth, then just throw them in the dryer for less than 10 minutes and you're still saving money. A couple more things just in case you're new to hanging clothes on the line. Shake it out. Give it a shake like that. Kind of a rough shake. And also, I was thinking about the clothespins. Look for old-fashioned ones. Like if you go to antique stores, I mean, these are my Aunt Coco's. Y'all hear me talk about Aunt Coco so much. I've learned so much, did learn so much from her before she passed. She lived through the Great Depression. I mean, I learned from my great-grandmother too, but Aunt Coco and I were, she's just special. Well, extra special, or maybe triple extra special. Anyway, I inherited her clothespins along with a lot of her other things. She didn't have children of her own. But these, if you can find some at antique stores, you know, make sure they're not dry rotted or whatever. But these are good too. You know, just the old, find old made things, because they don't make things like they used to. Here's just a newly made pin that's really just, you know, beyond undesirable. I don't even know why I have them, but I just collected pins through the years somehow. And then beside it is the well-made in USA. I think you want to make sure your cloth napkins are all cotton. Who wants to wipe their mouth on a piece of plastic? Don't buy synthetic napkins for people to wipe their mouths on, please. I always hang shirts upside down because I don't want the dry marks, the you know, horns or whatever on the shoulders. And I just try to hang it at the hem there. I do the same with jeans. I hang jeans and pants upside down. I just feel like they dry better that way. When you take your clothes off the line, it is my experience as well. If I would just kind of halfway fold them and put them in the basket instead of just wadding them up and throwing them in the basket, that helps with two things. Number one, you've just worked hard to kind of get them, shall I say, ironed, you know, to where when you take them off, they are nice and flat and not all wrinkled up. So you don't want to undo what you've just done, you know, and the Lord's sunshine and his nature has helped dry and iron your clothes. But also, if you don't get to the basket fast enough in the house, maybe it's 2 or 3 days sitting there, you know, it's nice to open the basket up or have your basket and your things aren't all jumbled up in there. Okay. All right, we are inside and I want to show you, let's see, this, if you're not familiar, this is locally made at the Amish. I get it at an Amish store in Knox County, but they're everywhere, and they're not all Amish made or locally made. I try my hardest not to buy things from China. Oh, I just said that word. I try my hardest not to buy things that are not made locally. Honestly, I try so hard. But this one is made locally, and it is awesome. I just hang this on my clothesline on the very end, and it can hold all these, you know, socks and cleaning rags and underwear and whatever I want to put on it. You can also hang it inside. So it is very, very useful. So I just point that out to you if you have not seen one, or if you live in a small space, or like me, don't have big clothesline like I did at the last farmhouse, I had 2 large clotheslines, then you might look into getting something like this. Thanks for joining me today at my clothesline. And if you enjoyed this video, or many of you are seasoned homemakers, and I know that, but there are so many people learning new skills. And one of those is to actually do your own laundry and hang it out and other things revolving laundry. I have learned that so many people used to go to laundry services and dry cleaners and that kind of thing, and now they are not doing that. So if this video is helpful to you in any way, or you enjoyed it, or it brings back memories of hanging clothes on the line, ouch, got a bug, then I encourage you to hit that like button, because it helps our videos to be seen if you hit that like button, and make sure you're subscribed if you like cozy homemaking with old-fashioned family values. I'm Miss Katie, and I hope you're counting your blessings.